I know this one is a little bit late, but bear with Auntie. Let's get into my Real Housewives of Potomac episode 14 recap. So we are still in Panama at this time. So it's breakfast time. Wendy thanks the ladies for spending the holiday with her. It is the 4th of July. She states how it's the first time she's away from her kids on the 4th of July. So then Stacy walks in because everybody is sitting down eating breakfast and like having a jovial time. Stacy walks in and she, I guess, there's a little thing with her and Giselle. Giselle not really feeling Stacy too much. And so she kind of breaks the ice by like bothering Giselle, having a little playful moment with Giselle. And then all of a sudden, uh Stacy starts to let us know how the death of her husband's father happened on that day. And, it's a very somber time for her. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to have a moment right now? Like, come on, girl. Like, cut it out. So again, she notices it's just like, I'm just noticing some things with Stacey, and we'll get into it a little later. So, nevertheless, the ladies are getting ready to go on a catamaran for the day that Wendy has arranged. So, Mia comes to Giselle, and she wants, before they go out, she wants to give Giselle a heartfelt apology about what happened to it, with whatever was said about Giselle's daughters. I, am under the assumption that she called her daughters the W word. However, Giselle acknowledges it, accepts the apology, but says, I was sharing something with you in jest, and for you to weaponize it against me was horrific. She says she's going to move forward. So when you do receive an alert or something like that? So one of the girls receive an alert, and it's about Kiana, and basically Deborah is countersuing Kay for like upwards of $70 million. Wendy goes on to read what the counterclaim is saying about Kiana craves fame and attention, and I'm like, yikes. Giselle is like, well, this may hurt your claim, and Kiana was like, we can play with the civil matter all day, but the criminal matter is still the matter at hand. And Giselle then asks Ashley, like, how do you feel about it? Because this is your friend. Ashley's response says that she brought Deborah to the group and had no idea that, Deborah would act out in this way. She says she wants to support Kiana and work on a friendship with Kiana. Giselle asks, how does Greg see the situation? And Kiana says, whenever I'm going to meet up with the girls or hang out with the girls, he's like, no fighting. And again, I've said this numerous times whenever we discuss Greg and Kiana. Greg is not your man, girl. He is not your man. And when we get to the next episode recap, we'll discuss that even more. Greg is not your man. So Ashley then pulls Giselle to the side and just says she really feels bad for Kiana after hearing her story. She feels bad that she brought Deborah to the group, and she can't believe how things have turned out, like how far things have gotten. And she's like, it just seems like I don't have a knack for choosing the right people correctly. She's like, I felt like my husband was a good person, and I go into mediation, and then I learned it's something else. Then I have friends and I'm bringing it around and I find out that's the total opposite. And it also just brings me to Ashley and this new guy that she's dating, Justin. I just feel like Ashley is moving maybe a little fast and she just needs to slow down. Just slow down. And give me your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. And you can like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts on my recap. So now they're on their way and they arrive at the dock. It's not a catamaran, but it is a very nice boat. So Giselle brings up the fact that to Kiana that Ashley feels guilty. Like she feels maybe if the altercation didn't happen, that Greg would have proposed to Kiana already. And Kiana says, no, Ashley, you're off the hook. You don't have to worry about that at all. You know, that trip to Paris was just a healing trip because she spoke about how Greg, whisked her away after that had happened. And Wendy says, well, I can tell you if an engagement is on the table or not. And I'm like, Wendy, why would you bring that up? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. That's not something you should need to say or kind of dangle over somebody's head. So my question to you guys is, if your friend knew that you were going to get proposed to, would you spill the beans or would you keep it as a surprise? Let me know in the comment section. Because for me, I'm not telling my friend if the guy is proposing, because suppose he backs out or changes his mind and my homegirl looking at me like, girl, I thought you said he was going to propose. Nah, you ain't putting that on Ebony. So Kiana says she gets that the girls are concerned, and she says she knows the timeline that her and Greg have, and she's quite comfortable with how things are progressing, and it is in the right direction. And in the last recap, I mentioned that they are purchasing a home together, and it's being built. But again, I just don't feel like Greg is the guy for Kiana. I don't feel like he's her man. She met him a month after they got divorced, and he seems like he only, from what we see so far, is that he's only with her for what she can do for him, i.e. domestic, capabilities as far as cooking and so on and so forth. That's just what it seems. So as they're all out on the boat in their bathing suits, the ladies are giving Ashley some ass appreciation on how good she looks, especially clueless Stacy. The ladies are taking in the sights from the boat. It's absolutely beautiful in Panama. It really is. I would definitely love to go to Panama. If you guys have been to Panama, let me know in the comments where you stayed at. What do you recommend? Because it looks absolutely lovely. So as they're sitting around taking pictures and having a good time, defense counsel Jacqueline is letting us know that Mia has watched Jacqueline do the rounds and round we go a few times, and she's also watched Mia a few times with ink. So being a voyeur for ink, and it's like, why are you sharing that? Why are you letting the group know this? Karen was absolutely disgusted by the conversation, but she says Karen is just really staying quiet. You can tell her mind is really occupied with her pending charges. Jacqueline then starts to describe how the interaction went, and it's just a light kiss that occurred. Okay, so now after the boat ride is over, they head back to the villa. They're getting ready for their last dinner. So Ashley goes into Jacqueline's room and approaches her and says, I'm surprised you haven't tried to kiss me, do a little kissy kiss. And Jacqueline starts getting all giggly and all of this stuff. And Jacqueline, like, look, out of respect for Mia, my friendship with Mia can be a little bit jealous. So that's why I haven't approached you. But Jacqueline lets Ashley know that she does have like a little crush on her. So Ashley kind of presses Jacqueline and they give a little kissy poo, which is kind of cute, I guess. And then Jacqueline's like, please don't tell Mia, she's going to be so upset. So they make it to the restaurant. As soon as they get to the restaurant now, Ashley could not wait to spill the tea and let Mia know that Jacqueline and Ashley kissed. Mia is immediately pissed off. She was calling Jacqueline easy, saying these hoes ain't loyal. Ashley says Jacqueline says, I'm a better kisser than you are, Mia. And Mia was like, I kiss her more times than you do. And I kiss both sets of lips. And Giselle was like, the southern lips too. And Mia was like, yep. I'm like, oh, wow. They just putting all their little funky ass business out there. So the girls challenged them to kiss again, I guess so they can get it on camera. And Wendy has her phone ready to go. Ashley and Jackie kiss a little more, and baby, you can see the steam coming off of Mia's 613 wig, child. After that kiss, Ashley lets us know that, she's going to do a drag king performance. Her drag king name is Ashton Pussy. Child, you can't make this bullshit up. They go outside. There's a nice fireworks display to close out the evening. we go back to the resort. We see them the next morning. They're having breakfast at departure. Karen comes to the table late. Child, Karen done missed her flight. Child, she slept in. She said she just been all over the shenanigans. Wendy fills her in on the stuff that she missed from last night. Jacqueline had to call her they made Jacqueline call her boyfriend and let him know that he kissed Ashley. Mia wanted to know how Giselle feels about Jamal getting married and a fiance and something like that. She basically said the girls didn't even know he had a fiance. They just thought it was a friend. She says homegirl ain't even in her league. I said, and I don't know much about Jamal and his fiance, new wife. I don't know anything, but let me know in the comments if you would agree or disagree with what Giselle is saying. So Wendy's like, listen, we can just go back to our rooms, get our stuff so we can leave to go back home. And then she's like, Mia, why aren't you heading home? Why are you going to Atlanta? I thought you would be rushing to get back to your kids based on everything that happened. Mia's like, the kids are having a time of their life and they don't want to leave the farm. I'm like, you buying that bullshit? I'm just sorry. I just feel like she's just rushing to give incognito the Panama puss. And that's just really my take on it. Mia then says in her confessional that her oldest is in Atlanta and she's going to a basketball game to support him. Girl, bye. All right, so that brings an end to the girls trip. Give me your thoughts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you are made aware the next time I drop a recap. Until the next recap, Auntie loves you. Bye-bye.